Well, folks, here again for the weekly forecast. And during this last week, of course, we dealt with last weekend's major snowstorm across much of the upper Midwest. Heaviest snowfall totals occurred in the Panhandle Southwest up through northeast Nebraska. Northeast Nebraska was the big winner in terms of total accumulated precipitation during this last 7 days because of the second system that came out during the midweek period, dropped another 2 to 7 inches in northeast Nebraska. So we have a couple stations that were in the 22 to 27 inch range in terms of total weekly snowfall accumulations. A lot of that snow will disappear. What hasn't disappeared will disappear this weekend, but more importantly, we'll start to see some of that heavier snowfall disappear to the areas to the northeast of us, although soil conditions are going to be very saturated, at least in the short term. And hopefully with this warmer weather moving in, projected by the models, and a drying trend, we'll start to see activity in terms of planting pick up in earnest as we go to the following week. Now, the farther south you go, of course, the situation is much more dire. We've had a lot of rangeland fires down in Oklahoma, Texas, and southeastern Colorado. Last Thursday alone, over 400,000 acres burned in Oklahoma. So a very critical situation to the southern plains, and there is a system moving through presently that may at least give them a little temporary shot of moisture. So as we go to the upper air models, we'll kind of see how this is going to play out. Here's that upper air trough responsible for that moisture. It kind of slid toward the southeast out of the central Rockies, intensifying as it got over eastern Oklahoma, Texas. And so at the surface, we have high pressure trying to build in. There's not really shown the low pressure system under this area of upper air low, but we do have a widespread area of convection and some moisture up toward the northwest into the southwest part of the state. By tomorrow, this system is expected to slide basically about 200 miles to the east, low pressure sitting over Alabama, Mississippi, generating a large widespread area of heavy convective activity, probably looking 2 to 3 inches in this region for the 24-hour period. And then that system, as we get into the day on Monday, starts to slide a little bit farther toward the east. That's going to move the surface low over southern Georgia, and a lot of Gulf moisture and Atlantic moisture will be brought into this system, generating a widespread shield of moisture through the mid-Atlantic region, heavy precipitation, and another wave starts to move across the northern plains, generating precipitation in the north-central Rockies. At the surface, we start to see high pressure moving into our region, and we see a low pressure system basically generating itself over Illinois. So the precipitation shield will start to move across the Dakotas, maybe touching northeast Nebraska, a lot lighter amounts to the south of Interstate 80. And then on Wednesday, this trough starts to lift up toward the northeast, surface low now over the northeastern United States. So the heavy precipitation shield starts to move up the eastern seaboard. Do show low pressure over Texas, but you can see not much in the way of any moisture associated with it. And by the time we get to Thursday, we really start to see the heat build into our region. We'll be looking at widespread 70s across the western part of the state, probably moving in the eastern part of the state, with low pressure systems shown over in southwestern portions of Oklahoma, but there's just no moisture with this system to work with, so very light shower activity projected. And then by Friday, we do see the signs of a trough trying to dig into the northeastern United States and the Great Lakes. It will not have any impact on Nebraska as we stay under the influence of high pressure to our west. This presents a very excellent opportunity for good planting weather, as we should see our soil temperatures move up above that critical 50-degree mark over this next 7-day period. And as we look out even farther, next Thursday to the following Tuesday, the cool weather shoves itself to the east. We have warmth still continuing to build its way from the west into our region. And in terms of precipitation, dry across the northern plains with above normal moisture projected for the southern plains, although once again, I really believe this is overdone because of such dry conditions at the surface.